What's up, everybody, and welcome to COPA Radio. You're chilling with your girl, Honey Molasses. We have a special guest today, Dean, who's going to be sharing his guitar lick library.
Yeah.
Right, we'll just drop into it.
Cool, today is all about taking something nice and basic and then showing you how to make it quite advanced, quite simplistic, quite fast, which is what we're all about. Cool, so I wanted to show you guys how you can take something quite basic and you can make it a lot more advanced in a small amount of time and without having too much complexity to the actual instrument, which is pretty awesome. So we all know that we can basically get our normal minor pentatonics, our majors, our minors, and all that kind of stuff. We all understand the scales. I'm just going to be using A minor pentatonic, keep it in C major for today. So the A minor pentatonic, as we know it, A minor pentatonic as we know it over here. So I'm going to kind of show you over here what you can basically do is keep basically the shape as is, break it apart to get a permutation, which is basically a pattern to the actual guitar itself. Now you want to take us a bit further, and that's all good and well having the 2 note per string kind of lick. But if I want it a bit more complex and I want to get some more like legato runs to it, I'm going to add a bit more notes into it. So I'm going to grab the natural minor scale out of this. I'm going to add in the 2 and the 6 to my pentatonic. So now you start getting a bit more complexity to the actual lick itself. So it gets a bit more runs, so you're able to do a bit more legato runs to it. So it gets a bit more advanced. It doesn't sound so as basic as it was with the pentatonic concepts. We can take this a step further and say to ourselves, cool, now I want to start hitting a bit more modal concepts to the actual lick itself. So instead of keeping it natural minor with its flat 6, what we can grab now is the major 6. So now we start getting a different kind of shape to this kind of scale, which is pretty cool. So you get something basically, a very symmetrical shaped based scale, basically, if you want to see it this way. Basically, all that really is basically it's a tone, semitone, tone, semitone, tone, semitone the whole way through my A minor pentatonic. You start getting the flat 5s and the major 6s in the actual scale itself, so you get a lot of chromatic lines to it, which is a lot of tension to the actual scale itself, which is really awesome if you want to start getting nice, fast runs to get to specific places. So you can take this lick and you can move it to different areas. So you can take it and you can get good voice leading concepts to this lick. I'm going to put it in context over here and see if I can't record just a little chord progression so you guys can hear it actually in context. Now we've got our chord progression over here. I'm just going to play the lick note by note so you can hear the tensions that I'm implying through the actual chords. So as you can see over there, it's got a lot more tension to the actual most diatonic scales you can get. And it gives it a good symmetrical run to it, so it's not really complex on the actual shape pattern of the scale itself. It's nice and smooth, good transitions, you got good tensions to it, and with these tensions can you start modulating the actual concept. You can start modulating your entire key, which is really awesome. So now I'm jumping in between my Dorian and my Aeolian the entire time between this. Basically modal substitution or pentatonic substitution if you want to see it this way. I'm going to take it to a step further over here. I'm going to show you guys that you can start getting quite intense symmetrical scales with all these kinds of licks that I'm talking about. So now that we know in the A minor pentatonic concept, we've got something called the hybrid pentatonic. Now the hybrid pentatonic basically is the minor pentatonic scale with its added major third to it. You would hear it like. Nice little country kind of vibe to a little country kind of tonality to it. I'm going to show you just a bit of in context how these are implied. Why I like to use these a lot is it adds a lot of chromaticism within the actual pentatonic itself to give you a lot more leverage and a lot more comfortability within the actual scale itself. Cool. here, over there, basically I'm adding in a lot of chromaticism within my major third and my minor third, which is basically the hybrid pentatonic. Now if you sit there and add in your major six and your major third into it, now you've got like a full chromatic pentatonic concept going over here, which is really fun to do because I mean there's no real shape to the scale, it's just basically chromatic, and it's where you land it, so it makes it, you know, actual song or an actual melody. In context, I'm going to put all the basically chromaticism in together now and show you guys what it would sound like if you added in all this chromaticism. Gives you a lot of leverage over basically any kind of tonality you're looking for. It's got the minor, it's got the major, it's got the diminished, it's got the augmented tonality to it. It's really where you land on this actual kind of symmetrical scale where it actually determines the tonality of the actual chord based, which is really awesome because at the end of the day, the soloist is what predicts the mode, if you want to see it this way, or predicts the actual tonality of the chord progression. The chords are basically just giving me a foundation of what I can solo over, basically the note that I'm going to start on. And with that said, you can sit there and take it a step further. You can apply this concept to a major scale, a natural minor scale, any of the modes. You can add chromaticism in all of the concepts. At the end of the day, you just need to worry about the resolution. Resolution is key when it comes down to this chromaticism. You can add in chromatic a lot of the time, especially in jazz, but like I said, the resolution is essential, which is awesome when it comes down to rock-based concepts or like metal-based concepts. Let's see over here. See if I can't record a bit more of a heavier chord progression and start adding in a bit more chromaticism into it and just watching the resolve area. So I'm going to see if I'm going to record one chord over here and show you the different tonalities that I can get out of one scale. So let's record one chord over here and show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to start with the major. Take it from the major and we're going to make it into a minor. Now we can take it into its Dorian's mode and its Phrygian mode. Basically what you can do with this is endless. It really comes down to your creativity, it comes down to your resolving and what modes you kind of want to imply at the end of the day. With this said, you need to understand your mode's tonalities to want to imply it preconceptively at that end of the day. But basically, yeah, that's basically the licks and the concepts of modal interchange and pentatonic substitution that I wanted to go through today. Awesome, guys.